Hello, everyone. It's G with aromaG's Botanica, and we're back for 2026 to do tarot readings. It's been a few weeks. We took our Christmas break from doing the readings because we were focusing on Christmas in the store. It takes a lot of time and energy. If you've ever owned a store, you understand what I mean. Um, so we do these tarot readings on Fridays, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And they are brought to you by our store, aromaG's Botanica. So if you look at the little ticker in the bottom of the screen, shop at aromaG's.com for all your metaphysical and spell supplies. Over 4,000 items on the website for hoodoo, witchcraft, folk magic, pagan, and new age items. We've got candles, oils, books, so many different things. And we've been doing it for 26 years now. 26 years. So go to aromaG's.com to get what you need. Inspired Soul. Will my rent get paid? We'll ask in just a minute. Also, you may not have seen my face here, but I've been working on my podcast, The Feral Folklorist. So it is now in season 2. Season 2 of The Feral Folklorist at feralfolklorist.com. And now it's on every single week because in between the regular podcast, I'm reading folk tales. And they're about between 6 and 8 minutes long. So they're a fun little bite. But people seem to be tuning in to the folk tales as much as they are the 30-minute podcast, which talks about all sorts of subjects. Last week we did seances, Victorian seances was the topic. And this coming Monday is sewing. How you can magically use needles and thread and fabrics in folk magic and spell work. So I'm shuffling the cards. I'm going to pull 3 cards for the energy of the week. Usually I pull 1, but I'm going to pull 3 since this is our first day back. Well, it looks like y'all got the message we were back because I see lots of people piling into the room. Let's see. What have we got for the energy of the week? Yikes. Are we going to stay home this week? Oh, maybe. God. 3 of Swords. Heartbreak. Problems. Disappointments. 2 of Swords. We're going to ignore it. We're going to ignore these problems. We're going to close our eyes to them. We're just going to shut it out. We don't want to hear it. Because right now, we all feel so freaking beat up. If it seems like we have worked and worked and worked and we're not getting anywhere, really, all you have to do is watch the news, and it's sort of that theme. So I guess we're dealing with more of that this week. Sorry, that was the first reading, but that's just for this week, not for the year. Don't forget, if you have a question you want me to address, just ask it straight out in the chat. Don't waste your slot by saying, "Can I ask a question?" Well, that's why I'm here. So just ask it. And we do this for about 20 minutes. And if I don't get to everyone, there's always the next week. So let me go back up here and also say some hellos in the room. Inspired Soul, Laura, Wind Fufu. There's Jane from Donaldson. Lady B's in the room. P.S. Haskins. Howdy. All right. So, first one. Inspired Soul. Will my rent get paid? It's an interesting way to word it. You didn't say, will you pay your rent? You just said, will it get paid? Let's see. Well, I hope it'll eventually get paid, or your butt's gonna be on the street. But I don't think it's gonna get paid on time. The devil card. Um, the thing about the devil card is you really need to look into what is behind it not getting paid. Is it a chronic problem? Um, is there something you can do about it? The devil often looks at parts of ourselves we don't want to look at, which could be addiction or overspending or being ugly to your neighbors. There's all sorts of stuff it can be. Um, but that one tells you to look at the heart of the situation. Is it more than just not having enough money? Because there's something else behind it. So Jane says, good morning. I would like a card. Man, I shuffled, Jane. What is this? Our first show has gloom, doom, tears, heartbreak, and the devil. Stay in the house this week, Jane. I don't know. Watch what you say to people this week. Intuitively, what I get is watch your delivery this week, or how you interact or act and react to people this week, because they're going to take it wrong. There's obviously something in the air. Let's see. Actually trying to find some questions, because lots of chatter, but I need to look for the questions. And don't forget, tonight at aromaG's, if you're in Nashville, we have our free monthly divination share, where people come, about 15 or 20 people come on those Fridays, third Friday of every month, where you just practice on each other. You don't have to know anything about tarot cards. If you don't even own any, we have open decks at the store, and people just play. Sometimes some people may bring runes, pendulums, bone reading, but it's mainly tarot cards. We just come out and practice. P.S. Haskins, I'm a beekeeper. Will I have an abundant honey crop this year? And you said my name right. Well, good, because there's some I have definitely not, that I just give them nicknames. Seven of Cups. It shows you have the potential. Now, you asked more about the crop. This leans more towards the sale of the crop, or what you're going to do with the crop. Start planning now what you're going to do with the larger crop, because this card can be about, castles in the air, daydreaming, not making plans. Start to make a really active plan as to what you're going to do. Are you going to change your labels? Are you going to go with a different jar? Are you going to get more distributors? More places to sell it? So I think it will be a good crop. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have given me that card for the business side of the information. Gabby B. One card, please. Will me pursuing a relationship with Dylan result in a baby? Also, an interesting way to word that. A lot of times, the way you word your question tells me a lot more about the answer or your question or you than you could ever possibly realize. It says no. Nine of Swords. It will end in disappointment. Your disappointment. It will not bring joy. No. Make sure you pursue people for the right reasons. That is best for everyone, not just under the roof and in the relationship and all the people around them. I got a popper, which means that's the card for the next person, which is Callie. Surgery coming up. I got a second opinion and feel decent about it. Is there something in my cards about it? Thanks. Five of Wands. Did the second opinion differ from the first opinion? Because this is like conflicting information. A lot of people think this is a battle card. It's more about it's more of a sporting event card. It's more of a what's the word? Competition. So, did anything differ in the second opinion than the first one? If it did, you may need a third. Nevmore Blackbird. Am I being called by Hecate to do more for her? Well, what are you doing for her now? Is it her dishes, her laundry, um, or just laying out offerings? Let's see. A popper. Two poppers. We'll just go ahead and tell you. The moon, which is all the unknown hidden things from us, and seven of swords, which is actually usually about theft or something being taken away. I would say the answer is probably not do more. It's to shake things up. It's not doesn't mean more and more frequently. It means do different things for her as offerings or whatever you're doing. Just don't let her get bored. Shake it up. She might be like, this again, the same incense. Could I have another one, please? Which you can get at aromaG's.com. Jane, I knew I'd get that car. Wind foo-foo. My two house bunnies are older and disabled. They're brothers. What is their time frame for the trip across the Rainbow Bridge? I really don't like to answer questions like that about when is someone going to die. That's not really what tarot cards are for. Tarot cards are not for that. You need a medium, and most of them feel very uncomfortable with that question. If I reframe it, it just says, you know it's impending, it's coming. We don't know when. Make them have the most fun and be comfortable in the time they have left. But yeah, most really professional readers don't answer questions about when is someone going to die. Thank you, P. Haskins. I love your honesty and directness. Have you been here before? Stick around. It gets worse. Laura Evans. X9T. I wonder what the X9T is about. Is there anything surprising coming my way? Is everything coming up roses? Everything's coming your way. Wheel of Fortune. There's all sorts of shit. This card is basically like watching Wheel of Fortune. You can either get $500 or land on bankruptcy. If I were to frame it in the question you ask, there's all sorts of interesting things. It just depends on how well you appreciate when things come your way. Are they all surprises? Are they all opportunities? But I would answer that to be a yes. Just lots of different things. There's surprising things coming your way. Nevermore Blackbird says, my name is Raven, by the way. Thank you for doing this. My question is, am I being called by Hecate to do more for her? Oh, yeah, I answered that one. So, Deb Ross, me, please, thank you. I am assuming you want a card. I'll take it as that. That damn moon card again. Unknown, things unknown. This is like, what's the dog barking at? He can't see what's out there, out in the dark edge of the yard where you can't see either. Um, Sometimes it means the cards aren't prepared to tell you what you need to hear right now, or there's not enough information. If there is a deeper question you're asking, that you don't want to say, it may lead you to do more investigation before you make a decision. Layla, I love a card. This one again. What's all these repeats? It's about a competition. Are you in competition with someone, Layla? Is it for a job? Um, Someone trying to up you on your Instagram? Is there another woman? It's a it's a competition card, so hopefully you'll know how to decipher that. Pat Haley, can you see if I should accept the treatment W suggested by Benini, my gastro doctor? I can tell you this before I flip the card. Do not make your entire decision on a tarot card from YouTube. It's that simple. Your question is, should I accept the treatment someone suggested? It leans towards a yes. This is a positive card. It also says there are many other options to explore. So once again, no medical advice. Don't make your decision just based on the cards. But it says there are other options maybe you don't know about. So maybe don't rush into something without doing more research. Roe Jordan LeBlanc. How are my finances for 2026? I'm going to flip over to the Lenormand cards for a bit. How are your finances? Because the tarot keeps giving me the same damn 6 cards over and over and over and over. I don't know what's going on today. Maybe if I let them rest a minute. So how's Roe Jordan's finances for 2026? Fox card. Let's call this a stepping out a pile of poo card. You need to do some planning ahead. Plan ahead for some expenses that may come your way that you didn't expect. That's intuitively what I'm getting. Not that it's going to be a bad year, but there's going to be things pop up that you didn't expect that if you didn't plan ahead for it, can throw a wrench into your finances for the whole rest of the year. So don't overspend. Keep something back for a busted water heater, whatever it is. Layla, what is it I'm not understanding about dropping emotional weight? I'd like to know what you mean by dropping emotional weight. Well, what is it you're not understanding about it? I'd like to go to a new tab and type in the term emotional weight and see what the internet tells us about that. So make sure we're understanding it. Emotional weight refers to a metaphorical burden of unresolved feelings, stress, trauma, or responsibilities that weigh us down mentally, physically, and energetically, which is what I thought it was, but we want to make sure. Often manifesting as exhaustion, tension, physical pain, and can be addressed through self-awareness, therapy, processing feelings, managing responsibilities like emotional labor. It's the heavy baggage from the past or current experiences that impacts our well-being and daily function. So, what are you not understanding about dropping emotional baggage? That Okay, the Lily card, which is about long-term planning. It's about retirement. It's about looking at your future. It can also be about digging into the past, figuring out what's important, what's not important, what's important to worry about, what's not important to worry about for your long-term well-being, mental health. Um, it's about planning for your long-term future. Um, some people are dependent on the trauma in their life, the trauma or the drama. Um, they're used to it being there and can't comprehend what it would be like if it were gone. So, baby steps, baby steps. Also, I would ask, it sounds like something to talk about with a professional too, if it's needed, to maybe sort it all out. Let's see, what time is it? We got a few minutes left. R.B. Johnson, will you show me where my shop's biggest challenge lies? Thank you, Rhonda. Where your shop's biggest challenge lies? Being too rigid, not thinking outside the box, not trying new things, sometimes not going with the flow. That doesn't mean you have to be sloppy or make decisions on the fly, but maybe look at things from another side if someone has a suggestion or something. Don't be afraid to do something outside of your norm if you need to. Uh, Hi, America. Will I get a new home, apartment, things in advance? Best greetings. Well, hopefully. I would say this leans towards yes. The bear card is the mama bear card. It's about nurturing yourself, feeling you're in a safe space. Pat Haley, love your no bullshit. Invaluable. Thank you. I should go. Well, I think YouTube might and Facebook might not show it as often. I should just call these no bullshit tarot. Roe Jordan LeBlanc again. How are my finances for 2026? They're going to be a climb, so prepare for it. There's going to be some obstacles. Damn tariffs. Gabby B M80. Will I find love this summer? I think you might connect more with family this summer, or form more friendships more than a loving relationship, a love relationship. You might find like the friend you've been looking for. Ro, you asked a question about real estate. I'm going to answer it really quickly because I need to get to everyone who has not asked. It doesn't look to be good for you at this time. How well have you researched it? That's the poorhouse card. Also, they're not realizing there's help there or something. Do more research. Ask some realtors how they're doing. I know that the buying market has slowed down, but you may have a spin no one else does. Tanya, may I have a card, please? I shuffled Poorhouse again. House. The thing about this card is they're really focused on. It's an oh woe is me card. They're focused on those crutches. It's so freaking cold outside. Why didn't I wear shoes? But they're so focused on the misery that they don't see. There's a church lit up behind them. They'll give them a place to sleep. It's warm. Um, Focus on the positive. Don't let the negative drag you down, whatever that means in relation to you this week. And R3D 1144 did a super sticker. Thank you. If you do super chats and super stickers, I pull more cards for you, and I'll gonna read longer. So R3D, R2D2. Let's see, what do we got? Your message. Queen of Cups. So she's also the Queen of Emotions. It's a water card. She's caring, she's giving. She often is ruled by her emotions, but she's also, it's a queen card, so she didn't get to where she is by being a dummy. So she knows a lot to let that get in her way when making decisions. The middle card is the stab in the back card, 10 of Swords. Is someone trying to do this? And then you've got another queen card, the Queen of Wands, which is, she's the grounded one. She's the one most likely to have a black cat, if you know what I mean, and ties into her witchy talents, her ability to manifest things. I think you get some people out there who don't want you to succeed, but you got a lot of queen energy around you. So fuck them, beat them, fish heads. So yeah, just don't listen to other people who are trying to tear you down. You've got what it takes. You've got what it takes. You just have to remind yourself that. All right. One more question because it just popped up. Licia Queen. What do you see for the month of February for me? And then I see some juggling. It's Two of Pentacles. That's also about balance. It's not always about juggle. It's like make sure February is well balanced between work and career and fun and scheduling, and you have to have a good balance of things. It's a good way to start the year off. I'm trying to do that so that it's not all work and it's not all play, but a good balance of both. So you decide. Set your course. All right, everyone. 11 o'clock. I went a little bit over. I usually say I go about 20 minutes and I end up doing 30. But I've got to move on to doing some other things with the store. Make sure to go to aromaG's.com. Get all your supplies. Keep the show going. And listen to my show, The Feral Folklorist. It's become... And now remember, there's like 400,000 podcasts out there. Literally 400,000. I'm in the top 25% now. So it's a pretty good podcast. You can go to it through Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You can find it all the places. Or you can listen directly on feralfolklorist.com. And in the meantime, aromaG's, what's the sale this week? Our sales usually go out on Monday mornings and last through the following Sunday. And this week is 18% off Success and Power products. What is Success and Power products? Well, that would be things like Blockbuster oil, Seance oil. Seance, really, I'm not sure why I put that in that category. Maybe because you can receive messages. Manifestation, oils and candles, road opening, crown of achievement, crown of success, personal power, High John the Conqueror root, sachet powders and bath salts, bust it down. That's like to get things out of your way. That would be like a blockbuster. And Open the Gates is our version of road opening. So yeah, 18% off all the Success products. So I will see you next Friday, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Get in the door quickly so you can get your question. Just pop in there, ask it right away, so you'll be at the top of the queue. So you make sure to get a question. Laura says, "Hang in there, everyone. Ride the wave of high vibrations. We need it now with people out there in the streets acting foolish." I try not to get political on the aromaG's channel. We'll just say acting foolish. Till next time, this is G with aromaG's Botanica. Bye-bye.